suffering, just suffer peacefully. As Reverend Cleave pointed out, let your blood flow in the streets. This is a shame. And you know he's a Christian preacher. If it's a shame to him, you know what it is to me.
Peace, y'all. I'm Chocolate Amun, and this is the Morning Message Part 2. House Negro versus the Field Negro. And the one you hear speaking is Malcolm X. When he done that message, I decided to bring that this morning and put into my dialogue and use it for the reasons why I want to use it for. Because here in 2017, that concept have not left. It looks different, it sounds different, but it's the same conception. Too many of you are under the spell, and a lot of you, because materialistically, you under that spell because you choose to do so. So many of you choose to fall under the spell, spy on your own people, destroy your own people, try to control them, your own people, and then sit there and have an excuse on why you're doing it and believe that you're not doing it. You are a disgrace to your race. I want to get close. I can see you hear me when I said that. You are a disgrace to your race. Some of you really are. You're disgusting. You're hoodwinkers. You're coons. You're a master slave ass kisser. That's what you is. You don't want to admit to it, and you don't have to admit to it. Continue living your life. You will always feel uncomfortable around men like me. You will always feel like that. Simple fact because you know what you've done over the years have destroyed your people. I know who you are. I see you all over the place. I listen to how you talk. You're a disgrace to your race. You put your own black people out there in the pasture to get their head chopped off. You don't give them no warning signs. You don't let them know what's going on. You sit there and try to destroy them. Some of you field Negroes out in the field, use your mind. Think, read, study, watch documentaries. Don't be the field nigga that's going to just want to hang around in the corners all the goddamn time, and your mind has now become jello. All you want to do is beg for money, beg for beer, drugs. See, this is why I got a problem with that. The house nigga now, he's the reader. The house nigga's going to read. He's going to get that job. She's going to get that job. And they're going to look at you like you ain't shit. Excuse my foul language. I used it in the proper content that I needed to do so. But we're going to get back to Malcolm X. Love it.
Because nothing in our book, the Quran, as you call it, Quran, teaches us to suffer peacefully. Our religion teaches us to be intelligent, be peaceful, be courteous, obey the law, respect everyone. But if someone puts his hand on you, send them to the cemetery.
Now, the only reason why I interrupt that is because you got people who crossed over from that religion, Muslim, to Christianity. You got people who say that the Muslims are violent people. Right? Literally, I've watched this stuff just a couple of days ago. You got Muslim women coming out talking about, oh, the Quran is violent, so on and so forth. Right? Let me tell you something. This is another way how they don't even have to participate in getting colored, black on black, melanated people to go against each other. They don't even have to go through that. Okay? They're doing it themselves. They're trying to use Christianity, the religion Christianity, to say, oh, we all love and peace. Jesus Christ walked to the path of righteousness. But Jesus was mean if you believe in such things. Now see, here where we all are so duped. What Jesus are you all talking about? Are you talking about the European pictures, which is hundreds of them, thousands, that whitewashed the real Yahushua, right? But most of you rather accept the conception of this white man coming from heaven. And you believe it on your dying breath. But a lot of you switched over and you sit up there and say, oh, this religion is so violent and so on and so forth. But let me tell you something. How are you going to say that religion is violent when you got these white KKK Klansmen or Christians, skinheads, Christians? Huh? Oh, and these so-called Negroes, that's Christians, who's killing each other in church. Oh, we don't want to talk about that, do we? Huh? You got these so-called Christians are stepping down from the pulpit. Why is this? Every time I turn around, there's another Christian stepping down from the pulpit. Why is that, huh? Let's explain that. You got these Christians. You're talking about the Muslims and what they do. And then you're not talking about what you do. How is this? You're fornicating all in the church. The deacon is having sex with all kind of women, and the women is giving up their vagina. I mean, tell me, oh, the Lord told me to do that? Huh? You're stealing the commissary money. Come on in. You're stealing the church money, however you want to call it. Same thing. You're stealing. You're getting caught. You're doing drugs. You're getting caught. Think about it. You sit up here and you start pointing the finger. Religion. See, religion do these things to you because you allow the master, slave master, have put this information into the ears of our ancestors, which was no more than 200 years ago. We don't got to go back 400 or 500 years. That's a bunch of bullcrap. 200 years is good enough. Okay? This is 2017. Go 200 years is 1817. Point blank. Slavery was still going on then. Huh? So when they finally found so-called Christian black people, huh? And now you got these Christians. Why do I need a big ass house? Why do I need planes and cars and all that stuff to do missionary work? Why do I need bodyguards? I mean, for whatever reason you do it as you. I see a lot of them do it. Even the Muslims. I see them got bodyguards and all that kind of stuff. Because you are dealing with crazy people. Even the KKK, even the skinheads, they all got their little bodyguards because you don't know what's going to come out the woods. Well, my point is this here. I only use that because Brother Malcolm happened to mention how you got these Christians, black people, and I hate to use the word color code Texas, we're going to get into that. We're not even black and you don't even know it. Because you don't know your nationality, we happen to use that, but that's on another term. But let me get back to Brother Malcolm as he continues breaking down the house Negro and the field Negro. Because some of you today, you just like that. You could change up all you want, and it's still the same answer.
That's a good religion. In fact, that's that old-time religion. That's the one that Ma and Pa used to talk about. An eye for an eye, and a tooth for a tooth, and a head for a head, and a life for a life. That's a good religion. And then anybody, no one resents that kind of religion being taught but a wolf who intends to make you his meal. This is the way it is with the white man in America. He's a wolf and you're a sheep. Anytime a shepherd, a pastor, teach you and me not to run from the white man, and at the same time teach us don't fight the white man, he's a traitor to you and me. Don't lay down our life all by itself. No. Preserve your life. It's the best thing you got. And if you got to give it up, let it be even Stephen. The slave master took Tom and dressed him well and fed him well and even gave him a little education, Gave him a long coat and a top hat and made all the other slaves look up to him. Then he used Tom to control them.
Now pay attention to that. The reason why I took this book, Willie Lynch Letters, you see this here? He just mentioned he took a slave, one of the slaves, and he dressed him up. Tom hat, make him look better than the rest of the slaves. You see? Here. Understand the conception, how they divided you, and you didn't know it. Huh? Gave him a hat, dressed him up, and had the other slaves to listen to you. This is how they functioned, and they divided you up. Let's go back to Malcolm. Pay attention. As you listening, look at the portrait.
Same strategy that was used in those days is used today by the same white man. He take a Negro, so-called Negro, and make him prominent. Build him up. Publicize him. Make him a celebrity. And then he becomes a spokesman for Negro and a Negro leader. I would like to just mention one thing else quickly, and that is the method that the white man uses, how the white man uses these big guns or Negro leaders against the black revolution. They're not a part of the black revolution. They're used against the black revolution. When Martin Luther King failed to desegregate Albany, Georgia, the civil rights struggle in America reached its low point. King became bankrupt almost as a leader. Plus, even financially, the Southern Christian Leadership Conference was in financial trouble. Plus, it was in trouble, period, with the people.
Okay, I want to stop there, because what I want to do is read from his book. I want to read because a lot of you do not understand what's going on right now. See, they don't have to show you visibility what's going on, because it's invisible right now. It's invisible because it's been done for so many years that we have now adopted what has been passed on. I want to read this here from the Willie Lynch Letters, The Making of a Slave. Please. Keep the body and take the mind. Keep the body and take the mind. In other words, break the will to resist. Now, the breaking process is the same for the horse and the nigger. Understand what I just said. They had put you with the horse. Like you have to break the horse's mind. And this is how they think of you. They don't have to display this right now. It's just the nature that you do it on your own. Now let me continue on. Keep the body, take the mind. In other words, break the will to exist. Now the breaking process is the same for the horse and the nigger, only slightly varying in degrees. But as we said before, you must keep your eyes focused on the female and the offspring of the horse and the nigger. A brief sort in the offspring development will shed light on the key to sound economic principles. Pay little attention to the generation of original breaking, but concentrating on the future generations. Therefore, if you break the female, she will develop, and when the offspring is old enough to work, she will deliver it up to you. For her normal female protective tendencies will have been lost in the original breaking process. For example, take the case of the wild stud horse, a female horse and an already infant horse, and compare the breaking process with the two compared niggers, males, in their natural state. A pregnant nigger woman with her infant offspring takes the stud horse, breaks him for limited containment, completely break the female horse until she becomes very gentle. Whereas you or anybody can ride her in comfort. Breed the mare and the stud until you have the desired offspring, then you can turn the stud to freedom. Until you need him again. Train the female horse, whereby she will eat out of your hand, and she will train the infant horse to eat out of the hand also. When it comes to breaking the uncivilized nigger, use the same process, but vary the degree and step up the pressure so as to do a complete reversal of the mind. Take the meanest and the most ruthless nigger, strip of his clothes in front of the remaining male niggers, the female and the nigger infant, tar and feather him. Tie each leg to a different horse, face in opposite direction, set him afire and beat both horses to pull him apart in front of the remaining niggers. The next step, to take the bullwhip and beat the remaining nigger male to the point of death in front of the female and the infant. Don't kill him, but put him the fear of God in him, for he can be useful for the future breeding. Now, this cycle has been done so long that today, 2017, you can still see how some of our males will walk past a white man, not knowing naturally he will put his head down. It's in his DNA. They're finding this, the fear. How does you surrender to the police? They come on, beat your ass, and arrest the Negroes, stand there and watch. They sit there and go, we got it on video. We got it on video. He didn't do anything. But you didn't do anything either. Even though you got him on camera, but you ain't do nothing. Huh? That's what they used to do, the slave catchers. When they have those little bars at slave catching, but you now have policeman, a police officer. Was a slave catcher have the same thing? How you gonna pull? You gonna tell a man to come out of his car? Then all of a sudden you're gonna say you have resisted arrest. How is this? But what's worse, that some of you sit there and you videotape it, you screaming and carrying on. Are you prepared to sacrifice yourself? No, you're not. No, you're not. The president of the United States at the time, Obama, they all knew this shit. You think they really gave a damn? First thing that came out their mouth probably was, you probably wasn't doing what you're supposed to do. He was like resisting arrest. Huh? Y'all gotta understand something. You are a slave. But you own this country and you don't even know it. That's on another message that I have, because I was watching a video last night. When you be able to understand what you really, your social security number and all this stuff, see, this stuff is slowly leaking out, but it's not coming out fully. But my point when I'm making, back to what I'm saying here, that's why I read this book. You sitting there, oh, I'm not going through this, I'm not being whipped. Yes, you is. Yes, you is. I bet you anybody money, a lot of you go the extra mile when you get around white folks. You don't even know you do it. You sit there and just kiss their ass. That extra mile. You do it. You do it. And you don't know you do it. I know I wasn't like that. My history, I wasn't like that. But that's on part 3. Chocolate Almond Round. But listen to some of this here, and then we're going to go to part 3.
When they failed to desegregate Albany, Georgia. Other Negro civil rights leaders of so-called national stature became fallen idols. As they became fallen idols, began to lose their prestige and influence, local Negro leaders began to stir up the masses. In Cambridge, Maryland, Gloria Richardson. In Danville, Virginia, and other parts of the country, local leaders begin to stir up our people at the grassroots level. This was never done by these Negroes whom you recognize of national stature. They controlled you, but they never incited you or excited you. They